coming up on this portion of the journey, I arrive. We visit Glacier National Park and Lewis and Clark's Cavern
State
State
Park.
Park. And as always, there's lots of hiking and free dispersed camping.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Can I just have a large drip coffee,
We
please?
don't have drip, we just have Americano. Can I give you
That'll
that?
work. That'll work. Yeah.
And you want like a 24 ounce?
Yeah, that'll be great.
Cream?
Yep. No, just black.
Just black?
Yep.
Got it.
All right. So it's about 7 in the morning, and I'm off to get Marissa and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Kalispell, Montana. A little bit of a problem is that I didn't remember there would be a time change, so I'm running a little bit behind. That's why I'm not stopping to make my own coffee, and I saw them in this little roadside stand and decided to grab a coffee on the road. So just got a few more miles to get to Montana, and I've got about 3 hours to get to the airport to pick her up.
Welcome to Montana.
All right, so it's afternoon, and I have picked up, after a little bit of confusion on my end, I've found my fiance at the airport, and we grabbed something to eat. So now we are just getting out of the grocery store, and I was kind of waiting to do this until she got here because it needs it. The fridge needs a good clean out. So that's what we're working on right now before we go ahead and find a spot to camp. All right, so it's about 9:15, and we've had dinner and watched a little Netflix, and now it's time to get to bed. It's so bizarre trying to go to bed this early when it's still light out, and it's been light out till even after 10 p.m., but we're both tired, so we're going to bed. You can see her up there. So that's it for us, and we're looking forward to going to Glacier National Park in the morning. Shimmy your way through it. All right, so it's about noon, and we're in the park, and Marissa's doing some research to try to figure out what hike we're gonna do, and making some lunch and trying to fight off an aggressive squirrel who wants to get in on the action over here. But we tried to enter on the westernmost portion of the park, but you had to get a pass to drive that road 2 days in advance, which we obviously don't have. So they gave us some advice. We're checking out the east side of the park, and we got to get a reservation or get a pass to stay at Blackfeet Indian Reservation overnight, and then check out some more stuff tomorrow before we get out of here. All right, so it's a little bit after 3 o'clock and we're just heading out of Glacier National Park. We got some really good advice at the park and had an awesome hike. And we're thinking about trying to stop to get some huckleberry pie and maybe or maybe not get that in. But one way or another, there's a campground that was recommended to us about an hour or so north from here. So that's where we're headed. All right, it's a little bit after 5 and we've made it to a campground. There wasn't much free dispersed camping. In fact, as far as we could tell, there was none on this side, just past the Glacier National Park. So on the good advice of a forest ranger at the park, he recommended this campground and it's less than 30 bucks. And we're all settled in for the day. So we got our huckleberry pie, gonna make some dinner and then watch some Netflix. So it's about 7:30 in the morning on Sunday, July 18th, and we had a really nice day in the park yesterday and a really nice sleep at the campground. But the main thing to do in this park is do the east-west drive through, and it's called the Going to the Sun Road. But yeah, you're supposed to get tickets to do that 2 days in advance. Alternatively, if you get in before 6 a.m., they don't regulate the roads that early. So this morning we woke up around 5:30 and got into the park before everybody else. And so now we're in and we just are up in the tent getting a little extra shut-eye. And now making some coffee and we're going to look at the map and figure out the plan for the rest of the day. So it's getting on 1 o'clock, and Marissa and I just got back from about a 6 mile hike to the end point was Virginia Falls, which is beautiful. We got to see a lot of waterfalls on the way as well. So we're starving, so we're gonna have some lunch, and then we're gonna do the going to the sun road all the way back to the park. Sticking the landing. Don't get any in the car. Hey,
It's all
easy.
coming here.
Oh, what's happening? So it's about 7 o'clock on Sunday, and we're back at the same camp spot we stayed at on the first night out in the National Forest, and just having some dinner. It was a long day, got a good hike in, and did a really good scenic drive through the park, which was awesome. And just now kind of relaxing and making some dinner, and call it a night pretty soon. Right, it's a little bit after 8 a.m. on Monday, July 19th, and we had an awesome sleep last night, very quiet. And although we did have a problem when I went to put my underwear on, a bee got caught in there and stung me right directly on the buttocks. So that was unpleasant, and I'm feeling that a little bit this morning. Other than that, smooth sailing. We're going into a coffee shop to make use of some Wi-Fi and grab a cup of coffee, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the day. Marissa, wave to the camera. It's about noon, and Marissa and I pulled over, and we are making some sandwiches. We got coffee and kind of laid out a game plan this morning, and I think what we're doing is trying to get down near Lewis and Clark Cave. What is it called? Caverns State Park, I think sounds right. Tonight and camp down there. So basically just today be a travel day, and then tomorrow try to hit that up and a couple other things in that area, and then get in really close to Yellowstone. So that's the trajectory we're on at the moment. So it's about 3 o'clock, and after about 4 hours of driving, we made it to some BLM land just outside of Butte, Montana. And this place is really awesome. Actually, there was tons of really good, just top level spots, camping spots. But we drove around for a little while, couldn't find anything that was just like ridiculously great, but we're happy with what we got. It's got good internet service, and it's private, it's off the main road, and the bugs aren't too bad at all. So we're pretty happy about it. And we're just heating up some water, and you can see the shower bag behind me. And just gonna get some showers and filter some water for drinking, and probably just climb in the tent and do some relaxing for the rest of the day. It's about 9 a.m. on Tuesday, July 20th, and we had a great sleep. That place that we stayed last night was really awesome, really enjoyed it. And now we're headed to Lewis and Clark Caverns State Park. We're hopefully going to do a couple-hour tour of the caverns and hope that I don't get too claustrophobic and have a panic attack. My kids. Okay, so we're into the park. We paid our fees, and we're currently on a 3/4 mile hike up to a little landing spot before we're supposed to be able to enter the cave. And so they said it's about a 2-hour hike total, and to watch out for rattlesnakes and don't spread any disease to the bats. So that's what we're gonna try to do.
Ready to do that?
Yeah.
We're not going to.
Walk a spiral staircase.
Walk the spiral staircase. Yeah, so they would do this. They'd have one of these for every 3 people, and they would do the entire tour like this. You guys make sure no one goes down that staircase. I'm gonna let the lights in that room.
And in there. Oops, I'm recording. Hello. It's about 1 o'clock, and we're just now leaving Iron Horse Cafe and Pie Shop, which was absolutely delicious. If you ever find yourself in Three Forks, Montana, Marissa and I highly recommend. And now Three Forks is kind of famous, at least in part, for being a key historical point on Lewis and Clark's explorations to the west. So there's a historical park near this town, so that's where we're going, and gonna go check that out and then work our way basically just towards the northern portion of Yellowstone to camp for the night. All right, it's about 7:15, and we've got a great spot tonight. The views are fantastic, and we're only about a half hour to an hour outside of Yellowstone, so that pretty much brings the Montana portion of this journey to a close. So hopefully I'll get back here at some point down the road to be able to explore a little bit more. But we're really excited tomorrow to head into Wyoming, which is also a state that neither of us have been to. So hope you enjoyed watching this video and hope you all are well. Take care.